G'day guys, welcome back to the channel. Very exciting package arrived today, which is the new rims for the car. So I'm going to do a quick sneaky reveal of those, so I'm pretty excited about that. It's something that I really know is going to finish off the car. And a little bit of a tip that I have for everyone watching as well is I didn't know what kind of wheels to put on the car. I had a couple of ideas in my head. I wanted to go with something mesh or racer-ish. Against black paint, I definitely didn't want to go black or anything like that. I just think you just lose the wheel in that sort of a style. It's been done to death as well, the murdered out look. So I was going to go for something like a BBS or something mesh. Definitely alloy brushed, something that's like sporty or classic. Nothing too big because we want to put some drag slicks on there, or some really grippy tyres with some high profile and a wide tread. Eventually, not straight away, we're going to put some cheap nasty rubber on it just to get it through registration and for street duties until it's making big power. But yeah, so I decided on nothing too big or too wide. I went on eBay, I typed in wheels to suit Honda Civic, just really vague. 4x100 stud pattern. I decided I'm going to keep that, not upgrade to a 5 stud. I'll explain more about the methods to my madness as I go along, but there's a reason I do everything. Hey Puss, come to see the wheels. So yeah, I found a set of wheels that I really liked and the style that suited the car. I clicked watching on them and I just sat back and waited a week because wheels were the last thing on my mind when I was sanding and painting this. I was more worried about getting the car finished. So a couple of days later, maybe a week or so later, I get a notification on my email saying that there's a $100 voucher that I can use on eBay. So I put it towards these wheels. These wheels delivered cost me around $500 delivered from overseas. So that's a bargain. They arrived within 2 weeks, probably about 7 or 8 days to be honest. I think, I can't remember when I ordered them. I've just been ordering everything possible off eBay. So they've turned up. I'll give you a bit of a reveal sneak peek now. So these are the factory 14x5s, just down here, manky as, bald tyres. Didn't want to go and waste money on new tyres for these wheels, unless I absolutely have to. If I get knocked back, then I'll do that, but I don't think I will. These wheels aren't ridiculously big or wide or anything. They're just a nice fit. So this is what we're working with. 14 with the crusty hubcap. I've gone over here and already opened one of them. So this is it. I've already done the tricky part and undo the sticky tape. Dun, 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 dun. Some fake AF SSR Longchamp, I think they are, or maybe they're just Longchamp rims. Some copies, because I'm not going to put real Japanese wheels on my $1,000 car. So the center cap presses in there. So there we go. Now I've put one on the car already. I'm just going to test fit the front one as well, just to make sure. You can see down the line they don't stick out too much. I might run a spacer one day, but here they are. Here the car's really dusty. You can see there's the brakes on there. I'm not going to replace the suspension just yet. Today though, I am going to tackle this bush, so that's going to get replaced today. I did the other one last night. I filmed a bit of it. I'll put that somewhere in this video. But there you go, 16x7 with a plus 37 offset. At this stage, with the suspension drooping like that, they don't stick out the guard, so it'll tuck just a little bit of rim. I might put a 10 or a 15 mil spacer on there just for the stance fans eventually, because it does come very close to this. Nothing rubs or touches. It's not a concern, but it is close. So I probably will put a little spacer, and as well I want it to sit flush with the guards that we spent all that time bashing with a hammer and getting those nice and lipped and rolled and painted and bogged and sanded. So I want to make sure that all that effort was going to be used for something. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. I think it was a bargain, $500 delivered for a set of rims that I think are really, really going to suit the car. Alright guys, so this little ricer mod that I'm going to do is something that I've always loved on the Civics, the EKs. I've really loved the VTEC double overhead cam graphic that they have on the side of them ever since I saw my first B16A EK coupe. I just thought that really sets it off, and I think with the wheels, with the style I'm going for, and the period correct sticker, even though technically it's not a double overhead cam VTEC yet, it will be. As everyone knows, this is going to be a GTR killer. It's going to be an all-wheel drive, K-swapped Grandpa Civic sedan, so I think it's only fitting that this goes on there. The placement, I'm just going to line that up as best as I can with the edge of this weather strip. There's a bit of polish still there, it hasn't had its final wash, but I'm going to line that up, get it nice and straight, and then whack that on. So I've already went and cleaned this with wax and grease remover. I'm going to put the sticker here. It's going to hide a couple of the imperfections in the paint job as well. So apparently you're supposed to wet this down with warm soapy water and smooth it all on, but I'm not going to do that because I like to do things the hard way. So as you'll notice with all my videos, main thing is to make sure it all peels off smoothly. Alright, here we go. Don't stuff that up. Line up the C with the edge of there. There we go. That looks about right. Alright. Rub it all in. Jiggy jig jig. Make sure it's all sticky, we don't want any peeling off. And that went right over, you probably can't see it on the camera, but it went right over a pretty crappy part in the paint job that I wasn't too proud of, so get that all rubbed in. I'm not going to do the whole credit card thing on my brand new fresh paint and scratch it in with one of those, because knowing my luck, it will scratch and I'll miss. So I'm just doing it the old finger method. Never let me down, served me well for all these years, so we'll just keep up with that. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? I chose silver against the black rather than white because the wheels are silver. So should be a good match, I reckon. Low and slow, baby. God, it's going to burn me if some of these peel off. Yeah, left to right or right to left? I'm going to go left to right. How many kilowatts do you reckon this sticker's going to add? Hell yeah, that looks sick. That looks so good. Ta-da! I'm very happy with that. So the decals are on, as you just saw, but I've got a question. I'm not really sure because I'm not a Honda guy. I've always been a Nissan guy. I do love these decals. I think they look great. They're definitely staying. But did I put them on backwards? Because I noticed this one's VTEC double overhead cam with the small letters at this end and the big letters towards the door. If I go around to the other side, which I've just done, I didn't realise that I can switch them around so that the big letters are at the back, so it goes big to small. Is that how it's supposed to go? I'm not really sure, but I reckon it looks pretty good either way. Double overhead cam VTEC. The other side says VTEC double overhead cam. But hopefully I get popular enough that some super crazy Honda nerd's going to correct me in the comments and no, actually it's meant to be this way and that way to be period correct. Mate, it's a sedan. They never came like that. So, you know, you live and you learn, but I think it looks good like that. I'm happy with it. So let me know what you think. I'm not a huge fan of stickers on cars, but that looks awesome. VTEC, yo. Map game. Hey guys, so I've just smashed out the rear trailing arm bush. It was clearly busted and broken, as you can see right there. And I was a bit worried I'd have to take these out and go to a machine shop and get them pressed, or a mechanics and get them pressed out, but good old knockometer helped me bash those out. I'm going to clean up this hole so the new ones slip in nice and simply. I didn't get any crazy solid mount bush ones, I just got a standard replacement, so I'm going to go ahead and clean that up, stick the new one back in. So yeah, bear with me, hopefully you can see that. It's a bit late tonight, I'm just last minute motors. I thought I'd give it a crack myself, so yeah, it worked, it's fine. Got to stick the old one back in and button everything back up again, so here we go. Okay guys, so I'm going to go ahead and take out the passenger side rear trailing arm bush today. Yesterday I did the driver's side one. It took me just a bit over an hour to do. It was my first time ever doing it. I don't have a press or any specialized tool to do this. I just had this hammer, which is definitely not the right kind of hammer to use, but it did the job. A bit of possum piss to penetrate and lubricate. And I used a bit of sandpaper just to clean all the road grime and stuff out of the housing. So it helped. I eventually squeezed it back in there and the other side's all back together, good as new. So to do that I had to undo every single point where the suspension bolts up. I learned about the Honda suspension. It comes apart pretty easily. This bush though is a nightmare to change. Almost all of them are split through. You can see there, it won't pop out because I don't have the strength to push it out, but it's split all the way through, so that's not even joined to the bottom. It's barely joined at the top, so at any time this can come out under extreme load. From eBay I ordered a brand new set of two. They came delivered for $22 Australian. They're just stock standard replacements. They're exactly the same, non-genuine. I was going to put solid ones in there, but I thought when I do the all-wheel drive conversion, I don't know how much of this I'm going to keep, whether I can buy the kit and modify these ones and get them done if it's going to work out cheaper, or whether I buy the whole set that might come with these anyway, or some rose jointed ones, or I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. There's a couple of different kits online, so I'm not sure which one I'm going to purchase yet. Maybe someone wants to partner up and do the first one in Australia, or someone wants to look after me a bit better and do a bulk deal for all the bits I need. So we'll jump that bridge when we get to it, but today I've got to change this. There's lots of banging. It's annoying, and there's lots of swearing, so I'm going to put this on a time lapse. I'm going to undo all of these suspension components and then smash this out as best as I can with the knockometer, and then smash the other one back in and try not to damage it. The other one worked fine. So after way more bashing around than I thought and repositioning the jack a few times, managed to get everything to line back up, everything to go in. The bush is in there, as you can see. This is the driver's side, and this is the passenger side here. It was ripped all the way through on both sides, just barely holding together there. So the guy was right to recommend changing these, plus it would have stopped me getting the car registered to be able to drive on the road, so it's well worth it. It's a major pain in the bum, but we did it with no press, no rattle gun, so it's exhausting when you don't have the right tools, but you got to do what you got to do with the budget you got and the bits and pieces that you have lying around. So just going to finish buttoning this up, and got this arm, the bottom of the strut and the inner control arm to go. So I'm just going to tighten that up, and yeah, job done.